Yeah, we are back. 3 weeks. A lot has happened in the 3 weeks.
Yep.
But as usual, you know, Vero, we are also not robots. If there is a break, why not? You can comfortably take a break. So as usual, this is Great Minds, and this is podcast 27. From 1 to 2 to 3, and as we count, we are on pod 27. And we are still going. A lot has happened in the past 3 weeks. Of course, including international friends that happened, and etc. as we are going to go through our segments. So to start off is we'll have our introduction as usual. Of course, we have occupational permits, as you've heard. Of course, we look into someone trying to be a king. We're going to try to and assess that. And also the new norm, that is Kenzo versus the legends. Then, of course, we're going to do our second segment. That will be the local content. We are looking at our very own Uganda player, Motiaba, being banned. And, of course, we also look at the chances are narrowing for us to host the AFCON, that is next year. Of course, we are going to look at Uganda. Age versus Uganda football. You know very well what has been trending. And of course, then we'll look into the CHAN School Championship, CAF School Championship, whereby we're on finals. We'll also look into that. Of course, then we'll focus on the international break, and we'll see a few matches that happened. Those that are keen to pick interest in them. And then we'll look at the FA Cup quarterfinals that happened. Of course, we'll follow through what will happen in the semi-finals. And then, of course, we'll look into segment 5. That will be our EPL. And starting on our list, we'll have our foreign hero, the Egyptian king. And, of course, the results and etc. It is, of course, the match reaction as it happened in Gameweek 31. And then we'll look into the World Cup qualifiers that happened in the playoff. Of course, we'll look into the Interconfederation Cup playoffs and the UEFA playoffs. And of course, we'll see why are they not into one space, all playoffs. Then, of course, we'll look into our usual fantasy team, that is segment 7. We'll be looking at our teams, of course, the prediction. We'll look at Namavondo League, so far how it has been. There's been a lot of silence. And, of course, we'll focus into the double game week that are yet to come. We don't want you to be caught off surprise. And, of course, we'll look into we'll look at the conclusion of what at least we would have discussed. So, for starters, like I said in the beginning, I'm JW. I'm JW in an event that I've forgotten to introduce myself. And I'll be moderating this great podcast 27. So in the studio, as usual, I have my colleague. And different from today, we are recording from outside.
Yes.
And we are recording from, of course, receiving the normal hair, the normal natural hair. We've tried to minimize the sound as much as we can. And the freshness of of course, an umbrella. And we are trying to see how recording experience can take us. Over to you, Davares.
Yes. It has been a while. It has been a long break. And you guys, we had to take a break because, the Lord, our Savior, though I'm a Muslim, we also have Jesus in Islam.
True.
Yeah. He was resurrecting, so we had to go to Jerusalem. So we caught an early flight. We are just back. And with that experience, we decided to try something new. Because the Lord just resurrected. And again, hi everyone, this is Double S, and we are here. Hopefully you are glad to hear from us once again. So JW, let's get into it.
Yes, so before we get into it, of course, our first item on our list is going to be the occupation permit. But before we get into the occupation permit, Easter happened last week.
Yeah.
And you remember when you guys had done your ED, you didn't invite any of your friends. So Easter came, and surprisingly, the Muslims could tell you very well, azukidenga bwe yagamba.
Yes.
And a sign and symptom of them trying to fluke our food. But there is always a learning curve, and this is always something that we always need to learn. Okay. Next time when you guys are fasting, and you anticipate, because the next one is Christmas. So if you want to be part of that, be nice to your next Eid where you're going to be cutting animals. Don't be selfish and mean. So anyway, colleagues, Easter happened. Those who ate, those invited. And those who got extremely happy and lucky, big up to yourself. So to start off our segment today is the occupation permit. And you know very well, I know WS, you're going to play for us a clip in a few seconds to come. But before we play the clip, just NTV clip as a disclaimer, is how is this possible? How are we thinking in these lines? Who is sitting out there wasting taxpayer money and come up with these ideas? You want development is not rushed. Empire have existed. But if you reach to a point of going to the bottom layer village, deep down in the village, and try to do a clean up, try to find someone putting up something that they can at least occupy, minus paying rent, and you come through and then say, you know what? We need to regulate. We need to tell you, sleep here, don't sleep there. Buy here, don't buy there. I think that is because the momentum is extremely high. I think let's first listen to the clip, and then we can comfortably have a discussion. Over to you, WS.
Okay. Here's a clip.
Kedde nti kati kimenya tteeka omuntu okuzimba ekizimbe oba ennyumba n'agiyingira nga temaze kwekebejjebwa bakugu mu by'okuzimba n'okuweebwa olukusa olw'enjawulo oba occupational permit. Bino bye bimu ku biri mu tteeka Rebuilding Control Act omukulembeze w'eggwanga lyakateekako omukono nga lino liruŋŋamya eby'okuzimba mu ggwanga lyonna. Batugambye nti kati kya bulabe nnyo omuntu okwetantala okuzimba nga tamaze kufuna lukusa okuva eri abakugu so nga n'ebizimbe ebyayingirwa edda naye nga tebyagoberera mitendera tebigenda kutalizibwa.
As you've heard, a lot is happening in this country.
So what is interesting that I've picked from there is that n'ebizimbe ebyazimbirirwa edda bigenda kumenywa. So in other words, what she's trying to say is that you shouldn't be happy because you already put up your building. If you put up your building minus a building permit, minus a plan or an approved plan for you to construct, they are coming for you. And the chances are they're going to put your building down. So I want to start off by asking is that personally, this is my experience, or this is what I've seen. From the moment that I started understanding, at least from the moment that I left my parents' house to hustle. One, I studied in private schools, and my dad had never worked for any government institutions. So meaning that he was hustling on his own, okay, getting his money from his sweat. Okay, he managed to pay for us tuition up to university. University gets done. There are no ready things that okay, you know what? There's a job for you here for the government. No, it's on there. And all those times, if you fall sick, etc., again, you would use your hard-hand money. without no government intervention in any way. Okay? Then you finish school, you start working. Chance gets you, and then you get a job, and then you start working. Your first paycheck, pay. You have to pay money to the government. Your first paycheck. But I want you to put this in mind and in concept.
And that tax, by the way, is involuntary.
Exactly.
And you can't decide that let me pay it later.
No.
Like, you know what? This month I'm birthday off. Please give me that money. Give me my gross salary, the whole of it, and then I'll pay.
No.
In the next month, you can't.
Exactly. So you hustle, and then you someone familiar to save some small money. Remember, maybe it's that money you're boarding taxis which are highly taxed. Transport, food, and electricity. Everything is expensive.
Yeah. And
you're living in a country whereby it is for your own survival. Now you manage to say, okay, you save some small money to either get a land or buy from any person selling his land, or maybe it's a clan land.
Yeah.
Then you be like, you know what? I don't want to pay rent. I don't want to have, to stay in someone's home. Let me try put up something of my own, so that my family can survive through it, or even me personally can survive through it. You're telling me now, for you to do that, you need to have a planner permit, an engineer permit, an infrastructure permit, and then on worst case scenario, a resident permit that, yes, I'm done with my house, and they allow me to enter my house. And you know very well, most of us, at least if you've heard from the people that you know around, very few have ever entered their house fully complete. Up to now, people are still constructing their houses. They have been in their houses for more than 10 years.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And they are still constructing it. So someone is telling you that for you to occupy your house, chances are you like it to be at 100 plus completion. So the question to me is, what form of people, what form of entities do we have that work in these government institutions that can sit and come up with such a proposal? For time immemorial, how many houses are falling on two people? I'm talking about residential houses. A house that you're not constructing for commercial. No. I'm talking about someone who has woke up and then built up a grass-arched house. He needs a mori. He needs the mud. And what? Grass.
Yeah.
Okay? To put up something for his own safety, for his own shelter. And you're trying to tell that person that is going to get permit to put even a house in that particular area. What are these people thinking? Do we have empty tins in the government with literally no brains in them? Do we have people that wake up and be like, you know what? Let's do also this? Do people even care how Ugandans live? Do people know that each and everything that we touch on is extremely expensive? The power is literally not affordable. National water, you see what usually happens? And up to now, we still have areas within the near Kampala that still get water from where?
From boreholes.
From boreholes.
Wells.
Exactly. Then you come up and the roads are potholed like nothing. And for you, what you're thinking of is demolishing people's houses. And you think like you're doing wonders. Yes, we want development. We don't want rushed development.
Yes.
People are gnashing, people are suffering out there, and no one cares. People are there not knowing what they are going to eat the following day. But at least they will be certain that, you know what? I have somewhere where I can go and sleep. Yes. Hungry or not hungry. These people that are coming up with this thing, they have never been in a situation whereby they throw your things outside. Landlord says your rent is overdue and they throw everything outside. So do you think like this is something that was thought? Because as we speak, even our president affirmed it. In other words, signed the law into power. Or do you think this is also a political move targeting, of course, different individuals? But me, in my experience, I have a feeling that some laws are not necessary. Some laws, they are not just signed them because you want to effect a law or you want to prove a point. Some laws are here to destroy us. And you would see that ideally, people have nothing to say.
Yes.
The normal people, or what we refer to usually as omuntu wa wansi, they have nothing to say. You've been passing on the streets. They are removing the kiosk on the streets.
Yeah.
Our guys who do Rolex.
Yes.
They have to get away from the city, and not knowing very well that we want the Rolex guys to be next to the road.
Yeah, we want them to be
quick
near.
access. We don't want them to be deep inside. So, yes, we want to clean up, and no one is against cleaning up. But let's clean up where we feel like the development has reached the point of cleaning up. You cannot come to our village here and then start removing them off the streets.
Purely residential.
Exactly. It's a purely residential area. Nothing like command. It's just, we are just trying to survive within the same country. Now, you go to the Kampala Central State Square. Do your business from there.
Yeah, because it's commercial.
Exactly. And let the business, as the development keeps on moving, do these things. You're introducing, where are people going to get this money to do? You need the money to get any of those permits.
Yes.
And let me tell you one thing. The worst case scenario is, if you want any of those things approved, when you're going to put up something, you have to beg. Even when you're going to construct your own house, you have to beg. You have to beg that, oh my God, you know what? I want to build up this and this. Help me approve my plan. The guy will toss you left, right, and center. Now remember, you need the occupational permit. You need the power permit. So many permits, like 4 or 6 of them, to really start up your construction. What are they trying to say? Are they going to chase off people from their properties? Because I saw another clip where by someone from the government official was saying that they have people that are willing to develop the areas. What does that mean? If you have your land and you don't have resources or money to develop it, you're comfortable going to be chased away from your land for someone to come and then develop it on your behalf. So, what is going on? What is happening? Is it that the central place had issues with voting? Is it that the central area doesn't support the government? Or is it that the central area is where most of the serious opposition parties come through? Is that the case? Or this is something for the good of the country?
At this point in this country, all I can do is watch. Because there are things you have to accept. You have no control over. Because, okay, let's assume they are doing it for the good of us. If it is for the good of us, you want to make our cities look cleaner, nicer, attract more tourists. Maybe we could get more taxes from, foreigners than imposing it on us, the locals. You are doing it wrongly. It's too fast. At least you have to give us years. Be like, we are going to start with the central, the city.
They don't force development. These are things which happen naturally. They don't force it. All those countries that are out there, none of them has forced development. No. These things come in gradually.
Yes. You have to give you specifics of the buildings you want.
Exactly.
And then give us years. Or maybe, if you put their specifics, like for a building to be built in this particular area, it needs to have this, and be at this standard. So people who are now constructing new infrastructure, they would meet that criteria. And after a few years, probably like a decade, all houses, all new houses, the place will look nicer. But I think maybe my conspiracy is And these are my words.
Yeah.
As double S. Please.
Yeah.
Don't go saying, you have someone backing you. No, there's no one backing me. This is what I think.
Yeah.
I think either the government is anticipating there might be a change in the near future, and they want to take as much as they can now, like Magogo was trying to do. So impose tax on everything that can be taxed.
In other words, milk the cow until when it starts producing blood.
Yes.
Leave it there to start.
Leave it there to start,
so
and then you go.
Exactly. And colleagues, keep in mind this is a stroke a sports podcast.
Yes.
But doesn't exclude us from being Ugandans.
Of course.
We are Ugandans. We live in we don't live in, unless that is when you live in space.
I know.
We live in Uganda, and so whatever that is out there that has an impact on us, we bring it and air it to the show. You never know. Maybe someone potentially in government, whatever, could pick it up and try to first put sense in whoever came up with these ideas. Not selfish individualism, because for you don't find the jam when you're going to work. Mm-hmm. Because for you, when you want to go to hospital, you go to a specified hospital.
Yeah.
Because for you don't know how much does fuel cost. You know that there are people in government that don't know how much fuel costs.
Yes.
Don't know how much airtime costs.
In fact,
they don't know where the market is.
They don't even know how the fuel gets in the car.
Exactly.
All they do is get the car ready.
Exactly. Do you know that? So, if someone like that is the one making for such things, I mean, something is literally wrong. So, the next thing, Deborah, are you done with your submission on occupation permit? Do you agree with them? Disagree with them?
I disagree. And the last thing I can say is, I'm very disappointed in our opposition MPs.
Exactly. Talk about it. Yes. Yes. Not even a single word.
If such a bill comes out there to be discussed, and then at least even if it gets passed, but against your will, but I need to see a clip online.
Yeah.
You fighting.
Yes.
You say no. Yes. I'm against this.
Yeah.
But nothing.
But
from nowhere you see the president signing.
Exactly. But then the other thing is that double S is that not only the opposition MPs, about the so-called MPs also, the non-opposition MPs. Is this fair? If you go in your constituencies, are all people well off? Do you have tarmac everywhere? Are all people in fenced houses? Do people eat? Are people going to school the way they're supposed to go to school?
I doubt they go back to their constituencies. Like, I don't think they go back. I think they go back like once in 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, they usually want to enjoy Kampala here. So it's honestly, the truth of the matter is that we're disappointed in whoever sat down, list these laws, send them to our president to affirm them or sign them. You know, sometimes also the people next to the president could literally have no idea of what is happening.
All they do is switch him the
president.
Idea.
Exactly. And then they mislead our president to sign off things which are literally doesn't make sense to his people. Because, I mean, yes, you're the president, but you cannot rule everywhere. That's why you have representative literally at each up to the village level. So give you the information. But we are so disappointed in those people. And hopefully, let's watch.
Yeah.
Let's watch and see if it will be put in place. Let's watch and see how compliance is going to be for good and our country. Moving on. You know, in the ancient days, we used to have a kingdom that used to be big. The colonialists came here, found it extremely centralized. Okay?
Yeah.
When they found it extremely centralized, after they tried to get to Bunyoro, to the side of Bunyoro, but the Bunyoro refused. Very wise people. In fact, if everyone had taken that route, we could be somewhere. Okay? They came to Uganda. They sidelined with Uganda, and of course, Uganda became a powerful kingdom.
Yes.
Extending its territories, its boundaries in the lands of Bunyoro. So, what we are discussing is that it's not something that has happened today or yesterday It's like years back, centuries back.
Yes.
And the Uganda Kingdom has always so existed. And its leadership known to everyone, even as you're a baby or as a kid, even at our age now. This is something we know. A king is a king.
Yes.
A king is not just picked from the street and boom, you're a king. However, the Gen Z era feels like entitlement. The Gen Z era feels like, no, wrong move. How can we have one king from childhood up now we are seeing one king? Apparently, we have one pharaoh who thinks that he is the king for the Uganda kingdom and is rightfully claiming the throne. He says, and as we are going to play his clip, he doesn't have security.
Yes.
He doesn't have support. I don't know if this man came from heaven and just landed on earth. We don't know who the parents are, but he comfortably claiming himself to be the king of the Uganda kingdom. But I want Double S to play a short clip, very short clip of him where it says he claims to be the king, and then we start from there. Over to you.
Psychiatrist to the CID to see if I'm mentally okay, and they confirmed that I'm mentally fine. So it is very unfortunate that this country is handling a king in this manner, and I have evidence that the current president, the king, the so-called king, he stole my family's legacy, and I need help. I don't have any security, I don't have any judges. I am at a breaking point, so I get out of control and I emotionally express myself, and when I do that, they decide to incarcerate me, which is very...
So yes, that was pressure 24/7.
It says the story is kingdomship.
Yes.
It says the police cannot hand a king like that. Him being a king. Is this where Gen Zs have taken us to?
There's something so wrong with our generation, because you know back in the days I feel like to be a king, the respect was earned.
Exactly.
Based off what you've done for your people. Has never done anything for us unless being on TikTok and
probably because
saying weird stuff.
No, probably because you had the statement very well. First and foremost, the story is kingdomship. Maybe he has not been given audience. Maybe he could be a true king. Maybe.
At first I thought it was a ruse. He was imprisoned for that.
Yes.
He claimed he was a king.
He was abusing the king. Yes.
And he got imprisoned.
Yes.
So I thought someone, rich, someone powerful, paid him to go and say that nonsense online. Turns out, even after coming back out, he's still claiming he's the king.
So why are you saying the nonsense? What if it is proven that he's actually the rightful king?
Why would he wait up to now?
Look at his age. Maybe he was still looking for a platform. Maybe he was saying it, but no one paid attention to him. Will you think because he's sober, he says they checked his mind and his mind is very okay, and he's claiming that he's the rightful king for Uganda Kingdom?
Does he have proof?
Maybe that's why people need to deep dive into. Maybe true. You saw we were watching an animation of recently, whereby some lizards were chased away from a certain city.
Yeah.
By some powerful fellows. But luckily enough, there was a deed. And this deed, it took one lizard brave enough to look for the deed, and he proclaimed that the actual city that is claimed to be owned by so and so rightfully belonged to them. They proved it. So what if Pressure 247 has a deed, has something that shows he's the rightful king for the
Uganda
Uganda
kingdom?
kingdom?
To look for proof. We have to get to know his mom, his dad, and we need to test for his blood.
So for you, a Gen Z, do you think there is any sense in what he's saying, or he just is seeking for attention?
Me personally, I think he's seeking for attention. And
But you know, this guy has
I don't
been
have
imprisoned
anything.
before.
Yeah, I don't have anything on him, but
Yeah.
I don't want him as my king. To be honest.
You want a Gen Z king, but not that one.
Yeah, I need someone who, who's brave, who shows leadership,
Yeah.
speaks in a leadership way, acts in a leadership way. This guy acts like he's gay,
Yeah.
to be honest, and I don't want that for a king.
Yeah. So do you think control should be put in place? I mean, you don't just wake up and say you're a king for Uganda, and you all over media saying that same word. I think some things needs to be highly respected.
Yeah, but
A king is a king and is highly respected in his territory.
the Computer Misuse Act was revoked, so
Probably because elections got down.
so now I don't understand. So anyone can wake up any day and say I'm the president or I'm this.
Yeah. So just to not to give him a lot of time, which we have done, there is something which is also other than him claiming to be the king. Apparently, like you say, like the way he talks, we have individuals that have somehow got leverage to get closer to the government. We have individuals that think because they were, how can I say it? Because they led musicians did a key factor, were a key role in these recently concluded campaigns. And one of the parties had literally all the musicians participate or campaigning for them. And apparently the lead for this musician, he thinks now is closer to the first family. Thinks now is untouchable. The first thing he put up was the copyright law, which very many musicians have gone against. And the person trying to put copyright law, one of the musicians said in one of our previous podcasts, if you put him down and lock the room and switch off internet and ask him, justify copyright law, justify why copyright law is needed, is someone who will just look at you and cry or sweat plasma.
Yeah, probably the best he could have done would be to tell you it's there abroad.
So this is one guy that is trying to prove he has now made it in life. This is one guy that is trying to tarnish each of our legendary musicians. He says that those old musicians, the so-called legends, are broke, are dense, they have nothing. They literally cannot show anything for music. Now for him, he thinks why he is a role model now. What do you think gives Kenzo to discuss with the likes of William Cavias, Fred Sebataz,
What's the name of that guy? Danny Mugalu.
Danny Mugalu. There's also another guy who say he doesn't age. I've forgotten his name. Fred Sebale. So he says that those guys are extremely broke. But one thing I want to ask Davaris before coming into play and to show how someone can try to despise people because you think this is it now. Those guys have been there. They have paid for their kids' tuition. They have been in the. Have you heard of them being chased out of their houses?
Nope.
Some of them have rentals that are making money for them.
Yeah.
They have never gone to that ninja to ask for even a single coin, or to ask for money to feed them.
Even when they made the circle, I don't think they received anyone from that era.
Exactly.
Asking for money.
Exactly. So, do you think this is stupidity of the highest order? Do you think he thinks now he controls the music industry, or you think he feels like he's great because he's sharing a bed with one of the ministers?
Probably. And I think the two things that may be hyping him could be the money, and maybe, having a minister for a wife, which is wrong. Because when we come to music, when you're talking about music, all we want to hear should be talent and sounds. Nothing to do with money, nothing to do with power, nothing to do with leadership, nothing like that. If you are, let's say, comparing yourself to another musician, all we want to hear should be about music. When we talk about those guys, the Fred Sebata, the likes, they used to play some instruments for themselves, like a guitar or drums or a piano, which is unlike nowadays. We have kids, as long as you give them a mic and maybe auto-tune, do some effects on the sound. He will sing. And by the way, that copyright law, he introduced. Already we are seeing effects, what it will do to these upcoming musicians.
Exactly.
Because that guy, Wegoso, who sang Peva, the song got banned, apparently, from all TV stations, radio stations, from bars. So is this what is going to happen?
It was banned from bars. So the government have resources to put in each and every bar to confirm that song won't be played in the bar.
I'm not sure, because I already have the song on my phone. I don't know how you're going to come and tell me that.
Exactly. Delete the song from. I use
my own data.
Exactly.
And it's consuming my own storage.
Exactly.
My own phone.
Yes, that you bought by yourself, of which you pay taxes for that phone.
So all we can tell Eddie Kenzo is the musicians you have nowadays, most of them don't have talent.
No, what I would say is that the fact that is intellectually low, let him leave things. Let him just stay to singing. Probably. Let him not show any sign of leadership, because it's
is
bad.
He even still a musician?
He's bad at that. I mean, who talks like that? What happened to the sign of respecting your elders? What happened?
And to be honest, they're in different eras. When it was Fred Sebata's era, they were the legends.
True.
They were untouchable. Then it came to your era. They retired. They gave you peace. Have you ever had Fred Sebata coming and saying this new generation is trash?
No.
They didn't say anything.
He minds his own business.
They came to accept the fact that their reign was over.
Exactly.
They retired their instruments
and
ready to retire.
Exactly. And double S is that if you play their music now, we will actually dance to it. If you play this so-called, I don't even know if I know any Kenzo song that is actually catching fire. But the man is becoming like a problem to all musicians. And I don't know why all musicians cannot come and just kick these guys out. Why?
Because
the baby cools have been there.
Money.
And that's the thing. Yes, being a key to them. I told you one time I was listening to Azawi. And I was listening to Azawi and APAS. Trying to take through dignity and trying to talk to show that much as you give me food to eat doesn't make me your puppet. So Isaiah was saying something similar to that, is that there are things she can do, there are things she can't do because she wants to preserve her dignity. Because you're in power doesn't force her, or you can't force her to come and sing for you. No. There must be total agreement. Total understanding. Not that because you come here and sing for me no. So as I was saying, so the dignity of to preserve yourself, to be respected by yourself. And that's the thing, that's why you keep on saying that APAS and Azawi and the other fellows they are intellectually high. I mean, if you compare the way they sound, the way they talk, and then you compare with versus what Kenzo is saying, it's extremely low. Maybe because you know very well that Azawi, she's a graduate. I don't know if APAS is the same thing. But when you hear, if you try to get time and then hear their stories, try to hear how they reason, how they put up their things down, you'll be surprised that we do actually have people or musicians that have a high IQ. And why are they not on the forefront of this? You saw the musicians that went in the parliament when they're issuing out the copyright to you. Look at them. Did you see them? Do you see anyone intellectual enough to be in that parliament?
No, that's what I've been saying.
There's one who was even in the scandal for football money. Why do you expect such a person to come and then issue out? I know we are not musicians, we are not in any way, but we are Ugandans. We consume that music. We are the clients. We are the ones who buy tickets to go and watch or whatever. We put your music on our phones. We stream your music, listen to your music. So if you wake up and then start to show that the rest of these musicians are dense and you're the only one who's intelligent enough, yet it is the opposite. Let Kenzo, at least, let him show us any book to show that his intellectual stronger enough to justify the statement that he's using.
I doubt.
Because there's natural brain that you don't need to go to school. Do you see that in that fellow?
None.
Exactly. So because he thinks he's close to the family, that is in power, he should bully everyone. But there are musicians that are strong against him. And I feel those are the musicians that moving forward we should move with.
Because when you compare him to the likes of Azawi and Apas, I think they write their own music.
Yeah.
So they are talented.
Yeah.
And then there are people like him, all we need is your voice.
Yeah.
We are going to write for you each and every word. Sing them the way we tell you to sing them.
Yeah. But I don't understand, because even, yes, I'm not a music guru or a music expert, but I don't see anything that makes him magical.
There's nothing special about
the
him.
people who are doing magical things, you get, they are there, but it's not part of them.
Yeah.
And I don't think did he appear on the biblical list?
I'm not sure. He's still making them.
Every year he has to make a list, so I don't know if this time he also made the list, so I'm not so sure about that. But bottom line is, Kenzo Wefuge, stay in your lane. Do your music. Time will come when you're like 80, 60 years. And you don't want the generation to be then to sound the way you're sounding now. You being near to the cake doesn't make these other people useless.
Yes.
Staying in someone's house doesn't make you come here and then I step on you. No. Control your mind, control yourself.
Because even if but he doesn't do anything for them. Doesn't give them the money to go to the studios.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Doesn't write for them their music. Doesn't play any instrument.
Yeah.
I don't know even if he can play any instrument. Can he? I've never seen him with a guitar. Nothing.
Yeah, it's just a guy who just keeps on flopping people. But anyway, bottom line is let him sort himself. So moving on to our second segment, we've taken quite a time on this. And it's still in relation to similar to Kenzo's behavior. Our first thing is, why ban Mutiaba?
My first question was, what gives you the right
to ban him? They ban him from what? From playing football?
He's not playing football anymore.
So why say you've banned Mutiaba and some other colleagues?
He's not a coach.
Yes.
All he does is come to the social media to open our eyes.
Yeah.
So why?
Yeah.
And what gives you the right? As FIFA, what gives you the right?
You know what? It's not surprising is that we are at the verge of losing hosting rights.
Yeah.
For AFCON. Because of the hotels and the stadiums. FIFA is wasting their time on Mutiaba. Can they concentrate on these things? Can they concentrate on the roads? Can they concentrate on the hotel than for concentrating on Mutiaba and the few likes within Mutiaba? He's the one who told us the budget for Chan Championship.
Yes.
How they spent money in one musician who went to the parliament to prove the copyright law. Do you think there's any sense in such musicians?
No.
Now, they are taking someone who is giving us content. Someone who is literally worth to be a FIFA president. But see what is happening. Instead of focusing on the rightful things, they are concentrating on Mutiaba. On top of that is that if you look critically, the footballers that are claiming to be playing for high school or for schools, and if you look at the captain for Ginger, comprehensive. So why isn't FIFA concentrating on these things than banning Mutiaba? Though,
to defend the man, there's no age limit when it comes to secondary.
But he claimed to be 15.
Yes.
So what do you mean by there's no age limit to be in secondary?
By the way, I think I heard about something that a machine that can measure age based off your skin texture.
Yeah.
We need those ones here. We really need those ones here. Because I looked at the man. He's old enough to be my dad.
And he's the youngest captain.
Yes.
The youngest captain. That's what that's what they say.
And I was like 15 years old, and it was like, I thank God for this win. I'm like, bro, you only need like 2 of your companions at your age, and you can take on the whole high school team.
Yeah, but you see WS, you saw something that you're underlooking. How old is Jirungu?
26. He
So
has a bald spot in his head.
exactly. So do you know why I'm asking? So why is that for us when we have a young person? We are, oh my God, he's too young, he's too old. Why is Jirungu? How can Jirungu be 26?
I doubt he's 26.
But that is what. So no one made news about that. So why are we making it a thing that age versus Uganda football is becoming a problem?
No, I think it's about the unfairness. You are in the wrong league. Because you are going to be, how can I say, unchallengeable. You are going to be all powerful because you will be faster, stronger, and smarter than any other player on that pitch. So it's unfair for a kid who's actually 15 to be on the same pitch as you. And last time we went for a video, they had a match.
Yeah.
Did you see the age of those kids? Now imagine getting this guy and putting him in that match.
Oh my God, it will be terrible. It will be extremely terrible. Yeah, it will be terrible. You can even break each and everyone's leg in that pitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, the new kids, and by the way, they are very fragile.
Yeah. You saw how they were playing. But that's a topic for another. That is something for another day. We need to put it on our list here. In fact, you need to put it there so that we discuss what we saw versus the generation of football. And why when we go to the pitch, our players look like they didn't come to play football.
Yeah.
The way they throw their legs, the way their body appearance is all shaggy. So we need to put it somewhere so that it's a topic of another discussion. So what do you think? We need to be serious. As long as you look mature, you cannot play in schools.
No. What we need is that machine that measures age based off the skin tone, the skin texture. And then we need a limit, because there's no limit as per now. There's not that if you are above 25, you can play in high school. There's no rule like that. That's why you have people who play in super big league playing in the university league.
Yeah. I've seen something similar to that, yes.
Yeah, which is very wrong. You know, we have kids in those universities who actually want to play soccer.
Yeah.
Who want those bursaries.
Yeah.
And for you who even is not interested at all in education or getting that degree or certificate, you are taking up his sport.
Yeah.
Yet you already have a professional football club. So that's so unfair. So I think for him, it's not about the age.
Yeah.
It's about the unfairness.
It's about the unfairness. So, but FIFA, does it need to intervene? I mean, FIFA. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Because FIFA, it has worked in the primary section.
Okay.
I once watched some primary competitions,
and
all the kids were young.
Yeah.
I was like, now this looks like a primary kid. You know, when I was in primary, we had how can I say?
A weighing scale.
The herdsman.
Yeah.
That guy who takes care of the people.
Yeah.
He played for us in the under 16. I'm not kidding. By then, for me, I was too small.
Yeah.
I was in P6, but I was playing under 12.
Yeah.
You see?
And didn't he hammer anything which would come across him?
Of course. But then guess what? The schools we were facing, they had the same name. Mature. Short, but mature.
So it was for your advantage that you at least had one.
We had like 3.
Now, Double is speaking on to the same thing to do with, you know very well our CAF School Championship, which is ongoing. And apparently, we had the finals.
Yeah.
And the finals that are happening today. And you said in our brief before the show, it is Chitende that is representing us.
Yes.
Mind giving us a few how we managed to get to the final? Did we bribe?
Either. No, I don't think we bribed. Because Even if it's a bribe,
Yeah.
you can't hammer your fellows 6-0.
Yeah.
Like we hammered DRC 6-0. We hammered Morocco 3-0. So, this brings me to something, a conclusion, another conspiracy. Either the Moroccans or these Arabic countries, we are being brainwashed that they are strong yet they are weak. And what scares us is because they have a lot of players that play in the European leagues.
Yeah.
Because how do you tell me that we, Uganda, we hammered Morocco 3. We hammered DRC, a team that's in the World Cup, went through. We hammered it 6, 6. Okay, maybe let's say their young generation is facing a lot of wars recently. So,
Which wars?
of course, in Congo there are wars.
So that's what you're saying. But which Congo qualified for World Cup?
DRC, the one next to us, our neighboring country.
So not the Congo that we hammered. Is it
It's
the one?
the Congo that we hammered.
So
6-0.
my dear, so the big team is not experiencing wars. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
And on the semis, we faced Benin, a goalless draw in the 90 minutes, and then we won in penalty. And we are facing Senegal. So far, Senegal has been a menace to us. It has hammered us, I think, like 90%
At
of the
all
times,
levels.
we faced it,
Yeah,
regardless of which under
exactly.
or whether it's women.
That's why we're saying at all levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's time it's a redemption. We have to redeem ourselves. We have to hammer them. And also this showed me something that there is hope for our soccer here, for our leagues, for our talent, because our senior men, it's not doing so badly. They managed to qualify for AFCON on their own without us hosting the last time. And this time it's automatic because we are hosting now. Let's say our hosting privileges are taken away. Are we still there? That needs to be reconsidered.
Again, that's another topic for another discussion. So, Double S, in relation to that, so what is your thinking? Do you think that we are likely to be lucky today because the game is happening today at 4 p.m. East African time?
Yeah.
And then 3 p.m. that is CAT, Central African time in Zimbabwe. But here we'll be looking at it at 4 p.m. EAT, that is East African time. So, what are our odds?
Yeah, what I concluded with is a 50-50. Because we hammered Morocco 3, they managed to hammer it 4, which makes it close. It means our strength is...
And you think your mathematics is doing wonders for you?
Yeah, I think so. I think it might be a good game.
And you think we're likely to be victor today?
Of course.
Very hopeful.
For God and my country.
Yeah, we are going to look at most of those matches are usually there's a FIFA. FIFA has a website. Last time when I was watching, I remember I told you when we were watching that game, we watched it through that. So we're going to scan and see if it is going to be there. But what I'm certain is it's not going to be anywhere on any Passport channels.
I saw it's going to be on CAF TV, which we don't have on DSTV.
It's going to be on CAF TV. Well, we will see. We'll try to see, but there's a game that is happening. So, anyway, away from the local content, away from all the stories that are happening within our country, and then moving on to the next segment, which is our international break. And of course, not very many matches happened, and we are going to take a quick walk through them. Just concentrating, giving me your take on what the matches were, if that's what you anticipated. So these were international friendlies. To begin off, we had Spain and Egypt. The goal ended 0-0. All.
Very disappointed in Spain.
Very disappointed in Spain.
Because Egypt, this is Egypt. It's not even, I don't think even it's in the top 5 in Africa. It's not in the top 5.
It is in World Cup, you man. Have you forgotten the Egyptian king?
We took 10 teams in the World Cup. It's not in the top 5.
So you suspect it won't even make it through the quarter?
Have we seen the group stages yet?
Not. Yeah. Yes. The group stages are already.
Who is
already
Egypt
there.
facing?
I'm not so sure, but I can check quickly here.
They might not make it past the group stages.
They might not make it past the group stages.
Yeah, I thought Spain would win with a very good margin of about like 4-0.
Anyway, we will check it start later in our next segment. Then, of course, we had Canada and Tunisia, still 0-0.
Anticipated.
They
They are both
expected.
crappy, yeah. So
Then Argentina and Zambia, 5-0. 5-0 to Argentina. Argentina gave Zambia 5.
yeah, which looks like I don't know. It was a pity, you know.
It's a friendly. You don't have to die.
But still, you know,
It's a friendly.
Zambia conceding 5
It's a friendly.
to Argentina.
The world champions. You are doubting that?
No, there's no
Exactly.
doubt.
So now Zambia is. You remember Zambia is an African team. Is it didn't qualify for World?
AFCON did qualify for World Cup.
Exactly. So don't underestimate. If it was Uganda, it would have even hammered 12 goals.
Of course not. We are strong nowadays.
Then Mexico and Belgium, it's 1-1. These are friendlies. These were international friendlies.
Yeah. Belgium is no longer in its prime, so yeah, it's fair.
It's expected. But then Mexico,
Mexico is also there.
this guy is just bombed.
Mid.
They just killed their cartel guy.
Yeah.
So
It was the Americans who killed the cartel.
yeah. Then of course we have USA and Portugal. Of course USA being hammered by Portugal 2-0. They should concentrate on war.
Yeah. Concentrate on oil.
Concentrate
Stealing
on
oil.
stealing oil in different countries and war. Let them leave football for the legend.
Yes.
So in this case, could Kenzo's statement be valid?
Which one?
Because he tarnished the legends before. So should also Portugal say, man, we are legends in this thing.
Yeah, they are legends in football and they are legends in war. So
Okay. Then, of course, Brazil and Croatia. Croatia being hammered 3-1, expected. And then England and Japan.
this was not expected.
Japan, I'm told, for the first time, it hammered England. And you know who was the culprit?
Of course, our one and only, the one with a bachelor's degree in dribbling.
Mitoma is the one who scored.
Yes.
Now, but who made the brand on side of England? Cole Palmer. It started like that's how it started. It started like trying to do those things of when you're trying to dodge here and here.
He lost the ball.
He lost the ball, and that's where things got meandered. And in Japan, for the first time, hammers England. Do you think England is flopping? Because the friendlies haven't been good for them. They did a draw. Now they were hammered by.
They drew against Uruguay.
Yeah, then hammered
Did
by.
they win?
By that
Ben White
scored. Yes, but one goal.
After being booed.
But one goal. One goal doesn't make, because England and Japan, you expect like 20 goals.
Of course not. Japan is strong. Japan is not as weak as China. China is weak, but
China
Japan
should
is
also
slightly
concentrate
strong.
on wars.
But after hammering them, they did them a courtesy and cleaned the pitch for them.
Oh.
They picked every trash, even on the side where the English fans sat. They went there and picked up the trash. The Japanese fans.
A sign of respect. Yeah, I mean but Japan's are good at respecting.
But just imagine if England is the one that had won. There would have been beer jugs everywhere.
Exactly, yeah. And you saw the Japan Prime Minister went to the White House and was tarnished. Someone even had to say, we bombed the nuclear bomb on you by surprise.
She's female.
Yeah, you can imagine someone saying that in your face. You can't imagine it. I mean, I don't know what people want in that office. I don't know why. There's a president of ours who went there. I mean, who said, if you want to discuss business for Africa, come to Africa.
You know where to find me.
Exactly. So, do you think, I know this one is a bit not related to football, but if Japan managed to clean the stadium after being hammering, or maybe they were excited because they hammered England.
No, I think it's how they are raised.
Yeah, I told you Japan, with respect, they are literally number one. It's like the Uganda thing of kneeling here and against the other tribes. So, If they did that, but they have always been disrespected. They were disrespected when they went to the Oval Office. But then one of our African presidents says, find me here. You want my minerals, right? Find me here. We discuss business. As you know, we discussed this also in one of our podcasts. The buyer goes where?
To the seller, of course.
Those are demands and what?
And supply.
Of what?
Of whatever, services and goods. You know where to find me.
Yes. So, those who have heard, have heard. Do you think our president can say the same statement?
If he went there and they told him to speak for 5 minutes and he refused.
Yeah. There's one time he said that he cannot travel 1,000 miles away to speak for 5 minutes.
If he stands to gain some money, okay, he has to have a bias on that country or on that president.
Let me tell you one thing. He said that statement. You heard it very well. And no one took him from the podium. He said on the podium, I actually think we have one of the greatest presidents in Africa. Yes.
I made a list of the things I want to talk about, and for you telling me 5 minutes.
5 minutes on what ground? Anyway, the last game we're looking at international is Senegal versus Gambia. But WS, before you came through this show, you were telling me something interesting about this game.
Yeah, so the game was already scheduled to be played. Senegal had already decided
to play with Gambia.
Yeah. And then here comes Argentina. That game before they decided that they are going to play against Zambia. Yeah. So they wanted Senegal. And they think it was like a sponsorship match. They wanted to make money off it. So they come to Senegal. Maybe they were telling them, if you give us this match, you get this amount.
Yeah.
I liked what their president said. It would be rude to Gambia, who we've scheduled this match for how long?
Exactly. African state.
Yeah, we told them we would play them on that same day.
Yes.
So unless you have another date, we are not available.
Yeah. Do you know that it's an Argentina team that doesn't have any black person in their team? Do you know that?
Yeah, I think they don't have.
They don't have, and you cannot play from there. Do you know that? So why are they interested in Senegal? And that Senegal's president
just wanted like an African giant.
Yeah, Senegal's president, that president that we've seen so far, also doesn't give a damn on Africa. You saw what happened when they wanted to recall the cup for Africa Cup of Nations. He took it where?
To the military base.
And told what?
Took a picture of it. It's right here. Come for it. No hassle. I've not refused. The trophy is here.
It's okay. You gave it to us.
Yeah.
Come for it. And so this game against Senegal ended 3-1. Of course, Senegal winning. But the spirit that Senegal portrayed to refuse Argentina shouldn't be taken lightly.
Yes.
Shouldn't be taken lightly. I mean, you see, it's about standing on our ground. Yes, today we didn't want to discuss about the war. But one thing that I've so far seen in this is that never allow anyone to bully you.
Yes.
Now, you can't bully me when I'm outside or in your compound. And I will not say anything. I'll pick whatever and then leave. Never allow anyone to bully you in your own space. You cannot come in my own country and tell me you're stopping me from having nuclear weapons. You're telling me nature given that don't charge people to pass through that. Or how come we pay fees at Mombasa here? Does that thing add up to you?
Nope.
Don't we pay fees here?
We do.
Whoever has a port is charging. If you ever imported anything, they will tell you port fees.
Yet I'm paying the shipping fees. That is the only fees we need to pay.
Yeah.
Transportation fees.
Yeah.
Not small importation duty, small exercise duty.
So why is that when
environmental tax, whatever?
Exactly. When someone comes to your country and then you also have an area that you can charge, how does it all of a sudden become a problem? I saw something which is something unimaginable. Someone threatened to tarnish the entire generation. You know what these people did? They went and started on power plants, on bridges. Honestly, why don't you leave that country alone?
And then Iran was also like, okay, you can come.
Exactly. But what is important, Shafiq, here, can you go and say they are going to bomb a certain bridge, and you go and stand on it,
No, okay. Let's give an
be
example.
saying that you want to patriotic.
Let's give an example from here.
Oh.
You know, there is a road outside the gate.
Yeah,
So that road is supposed to be owned by us and
Yes.
the other guy up there.
exactly.
But it's still public property.
Yes,
So it doesn't mean that since it's still public property, for you come there and maybe say, you know what, for me, I'm going to pass my goods here. Or I'm going to put a kiosk here.
yeah,
You have nothing you can do to me because this is public property.
Yes.
My friend,
yeah,
we shall come for you.
exactly,
So I tell you, go away from there.
exactly.
Go and put the kiosk or do whatever you want in the road
Yes,
close to your home,
yes, not here.
not here.
Exactly. So you think, I don't know, so Senegal standing on its ground, is this a new trend that is starting to pop up? Because
think-
Cuba is also, here, is also standing on its ground.
Because
Greenland on its ground. Senegal stood in its ground like, no, it's already scheduled against this team. Much as you think you're big or you're stronger or you're useless to you, we don't need you to play with you.
we don't want your money.
We don't want your money. We don't want it. So, do you think it's a new thing?
No, I think all the blunders that America has made have made people realize and wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, you know what, international law is trash.
Yeah,
It only
because
favors
exactly,
the strong.
exactly. But like we said, WS, we're not going to concentrate on that. That one came in because of what Senegal did, and kudos to Senegal.
Yeah.
First, kudos to Senegal for taking a picture and keeping the cap in the embassy.
We are on their side.
We are on your side, and if
Let
all
them
African
make
countries
another trophy
exactly
and other medals.
give it to the exactly. So Senegal, we are with you, and anyone who stand against opposition, we are with you.
Yes.
Wait when there will be big sticks here. Anyway, so that's a thing. So we are at WS. We answered that this segment is going to be quite long,
Yeah.
or this show is going to be quite long, which we know that since we are taking a break, and I think we are to full energy.
Yeah.
To even move on next. So moving on next to our fourth segment is the FA Cup. What makes news there? Liverpool. Man City hammered Liverpool 4 goals.
It was a complete waste of my time watching that game.
You did watch it now. I didn't watch it because I didn't even know that was going to happen.
You know, I rushed. I'd gone to run some errands. And I'm like, yo,
It's Liverpool and Man City.
yes, by 2:30, I have to be home.
Yeah.
There's a game. I have
Yeah.
to watch this game. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I get here, we are sitting, one
One.
goal. I'm like, okay, you know what? It's just one
It's
goal.
no more 2 goals.
2 goals. In the same half, I'm like, we
Yeah.
are done here.
Yeah.
Second half, I'm like, hey, maybe, Liverpool can make a comeback.
Yeah,
Starts attacking. Third goal.
Uh-huh.
Haaland scores an hat-trick. Salah gets a penalty.
What happened to that penalty? And that's what I wanted you to concentrate on it.
It was saved.
Miserably. Add that word. Saved miserably.
And, let alone the keeper saving the ball and you getting a corner out
Yeah.
of it or something like that. Nothing. It was cleared. So, even the people who, ran after the ball after Salah took the penalty were also lazy. So I was like, why did I waste my time? I rushed for this.
It didn't make sense to you at
I was
all.
very disappointed because this is Liverpool. If it was a team from Championship or League One, I would say, expected. They are playing against, let's say maybe Grimsby or Coventry, it's down there. You're like, this was fair. It had to be hammered. It's what happened in the Chelsea game.
That one we should skip because it's the Chelsea game that made us not to watch the Arsenal game. Do you know that? Because we decided to watch a movie instead of watching a
at
game.
At that time, it was 10. We were like, you know what? Instead of wasting our time, we've wasted with the previous 2 games, the one for Man City and the one for Chelsea. Let's not waste more time.
Yeah.
Let's watch something that we are actually going to enjoy.
Exactly.
A movie.
And we ended up skipping the literal not knowing that Southampton had become Southampton. It hammered Arsenal the title contenders,
Yeah.
the Champions League contenders. They have just lost from FA Cup to Man City by 2-1.
So, and that, by the way, is very worrying for Arsenal.
Exactly.
He needs to pull it pants up.
Did you
to
watch
take Premier League.
Did you see the Champions League game? We nearly survived. It was a late goal by Kai Havertz. Weird goal, not the goal that would be like, oh my God, this is us. No, very weird goal, very weird late goal.
So at the moment, I don't know what's happening. But Arsenal needs to get serious. At least it needs to take at least one of the two.
At this rate, I don't think we are on the end of the cup.
And more preferably, Premier League.
At this rate, I'm not so sure we are on the end of the cup. I saw on Withili's comment in relation to that. It's like they don't need to. I don't know even what happened to Arsenal buying that goalkeeper Kepa.
Isabaraga.
Yes. I don't know what happened. Because Withili was saying we would have won more cups
if it wasn't for him.
Exactly. No, if it was Raya in the goal. Why bench the number one goalkeeper in the entire world?
You need a second goalkeeper.
Yeah, but we don't care. It's a final. It's final. Have you seen how Manchester is playing in those small cups these days?
But it's Trafford.
They bring their Rio games.
Yeah,
They are Rio players. Yes.
But it's Trafford in the goal.
So
to be honest, Trafford is better than Kepa.
So how do you explain Southampton hammering Arsenal? Explain to me that.
I don't know. Unimaginable.
Southampton, remember, it's not in EPL. It's in Championship.
Yes.
I don't even think if it's doing very well down there.
It
could be even struggling.
Yeah, it might
but it is hammering Arsenal.
Yeah.
Anyway, next round is happening on 25th this month that we are in at exactly 17 East African time. And the games are going to be played on the same time or at the same time. Man City against Southampton. Chelsea versus Leeds. Man City against Southampton, what's your take?
Based off what happened to Arsenal.
You're not so sure?
Yeah, I'm keeping an open mind.
Open mind. So anyone can come out?
Yes.
Then Chelsea and Leeds?
This could also be a tough game. Chelsea is a team that is full of surprises. Could lose that game.
Yeah, I actually have a feeling I could go to Leeds. That's what I'm thinking.
So, this is a tricky one. But I think my favorites are Chelsea and Man City because I want a fun final. I want a good final. I'll be honest.
But
now imagine a final with Southampton and Leeds. Who's going to watch that final?
What happened to Champions League last season?
Very disappointed.
So,
how do you get to the final and
if we had watched the Southampton and Arsenal game, would be happy people.
Yeah.
It was an interesting game. You get? So, things which don't make sense to... So, me, I would actually prefer, like you're saying, Man City and Chelsea. But the problem with Chelsea, if they will bring in their second team, that will be another weird thing.
Yeah. And Chelsea always does that. I don't know why.
Probably they still have that thing of gambling around. You know, Chelsea and its fellows.
They have a new coach who's doing horribly.
He puts on specs. The first coach I'm seeing wearing glasses on a touch, whatever.
If he makes it at the end of the season, that would be a win for him.
Yeah, that'll be a win for him. Anyway, so moving away from FA Cup, we're going on to our seventh segment, and that is the EPL on our fifth segment, and that is the EPL, that is the English Premier League. And our concentration first is we are going to look at the foreign hero. Before we jump into the action results, we're looking into the foreign hero, and that is Mo Salah. Okay? And after losing to PSG, you know PSG hammered them 2-0.
Yeah.
Kylian lose. He goes and say on his Twitter handle. Now we don't know if it is valid or not. We'll either read it. And I'll read it slightly quickly. He says, "My dear Liverpool fans, tonight we lost 2-0 to PSG for the first time in years. We packed the bus I was left on the bench for the full time, for the full 90 minutes. For months, I stayed quiet out of respect for the club and for you, meaning the fans. The fans who have supported me since day one. But now that I have decided this will be my final season at Liverpool, I need to speak clearly. First, to Jamie Carragher. You talk a lot for someone who was never good enough to dominate at the highest level. The truth is simple. You sound like a jealous idiot and a clueless clown who still cannot accept that I have cemented my place as a greatest Liverpool player of the Premier League era. Second, about what happened on the pitch. Under Ancelotti, I have too often been forced into a wide role that limits what I can do for this team. As a manager who should understand tactics, chose ego instead, parking a bus, sidelining me, and trying to take away the credit for everything I have built here. Despite everything, I have always prayed for the badge and for you, the fans. That will never change. He concludes and says, thank you for the love. #Liverpool, #YNYWA. I don't know what the hell that means.
You'll never walk alone.
Yeah.
So, but the first thing I'm going to take from that statement is the greatest Liverpool player.
Yes. You doubt?
Gerrard.
No. You doubt?
Yes, does he
You
know the
doubt?
name?
Salah
Steven
is the greatest player for Liverpool, whether Africa, whether across the globe. Accept that.
Does he know the name?
That is our African
Steven
boy.
Gerrard.
Now he's being put in wider roles.
Has he ever played any other role?
No, he has been playing the same role, but he was put in a wider way. He cannot play. You saw very well that what happened to Palmer. So even Salah has been whatever. That's why we are saying the man is flopping. No. But the rate is not flopping.
But Palmer, it was a different position from 10 to 7.
But now,
but for Salah, he has always played 7.
They are telling him that when you're playing, don't come in, just stay wider. But the man wants to go there and then scores. It is answer to the problem.
You go there and score, we shall back you.
How come Salah was shining on Jurgen?
He also shined last season under Slot.
No, because the entire team still had they were feeding on Jurgen's tactics. Slot didn't have any tactic, so they were still feeding on him. So I don't want to. But the one thing that I want to agree on this is Jamie Carragher. I think that man is a racist. Yes. Imagine if Jamie Carragher had made the same like the likes of Onui Theories and those other legends did. What do you think would have happened?
I don't know. He would have been untouchable.
Because this man didn't even do. I didn't even know that he had ever played football.
I don't know what era he played in.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know.
He isn't that old, so not so far back.
Yeah. But seems like even Ancelotti has issues with Mo Salah. I think Ancelotti cannot take that some players are bigger than the coach. Do you think Mo Salah is bigger than the coach?
No.
Do you think Mo Salah is bigger than the club?
No.
Why?
Because, let's be fair. If you are left
because Mo Salah is saying
that pitch,
the coach is taking his ego than actually playing football.
No. To be honest, for Salah to be what he is, he depends on the team. You need the ball to get passed to you by probably a midfielder or someone who is defending. And remember, Salah is not good at coming back to look for that ball. So you have to depend on someone who is going to chase for that ball, get it, and get it to you. So you're depending on that player.
Yeah.
This is why this is called a team.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has a role. For you to stay there I'm going to get the ball to you, and you have one role. Take that ball forward and make it go past the net.
So,
past the line into the net. So, for Salah's case, he was a star because people were feeding him Alisson. The moment a corner was played, you would see him rushing to kick that ball to Salah.
Yeah.
And you know, Salah with speed is good. He's fast. So all you have to do is put that ball in front of him, and once he gets past the defender, that's an assured goal, which is no longer happening nowadays. And what does that mean? It means if the balls are not coming the way they used to, look for them yourself.
Yeah, but
that's what I reckon.
And he did score during the midweek Champions League. How will he look for the balls when he's on the bench?
Okay, if you get benched,
he's benched, and then how do you want him to look for the balls?
By the way, the first thing he needs to note is that us, the fans, have the overall power of what happens on that pitch. If we don't like what the coaches are doing, the players the coach is putting on the pitch, we will riot. We will get fired. So for you, do what you're supposed to do. Leave the rest to us. If you're benched, once we lose 3 games and you're still on the bench, you start hearing our roars. We'll be like, why is he on the bench? The same thing we've been telling Carrick. Every time he takes Casemiro off, we either lose or draw. Wrong move. And
exactly, and I want you to double S. I want you to continue with that same argument against the game that was between Man U and the Bournemouth. That game ended 2-2 all. So did that happen?
Yes, he took Casemiro off. I don't know. Every time we are leading, like not a comfortable lead, probably like 2-1. The same thing happened during Crystal Palace. We were leading 2-1. Once he took out Casemiro,
everything changed.
Our midfield crumbled. And then we drew the game. So,
but remember in that game, Man United got a red card in the 78th minute. That was Harry Maguire, and then hence you conceived the penalty in the 81 minute.
Yes.
So the penalty was the winner for the.
But I mean, was where the ball came from? The pass came from the midfield. It means the other team's midfielders are roaming around the way they want. There is no one to put a stop to that. We need a strong midfielder. You know, for me, even when I play football, I always like playing football. Not like professional, but, for fun, because we like football. And the goals I hate the most are the ones that come from the center. Wrong move, it means there's an empty space there. Someone is getting the ball and driving it to us. Don't we have midfielders?
They are usually
that's
there.
Their job. There should be a defensive midfielder, and that's your job, to stop that ball from coming at us from the center.
But you said that Casemiro is going at the end of the season. So what will be your justification then?
That's why we are prompting to buy some midfielders. That we are trying to buy like Anderson from Nottingham Forest. We also went and inquired about Baliba, but it was too pricey. They told us 100 AM.
But this is Man United.
My friend.
This is Man United. You come to us and they will give you some. You go and borrow from us.
Arsenal is, Arsenal is more poorer
than Man United. So yes,
we're looking for a midfielder.
So in an event that you don't get a replacement for Casemiro, because it's going. That's what he said. It's going. That
leaves us with. I think my solution would be to pull Captain Fantastic a little bit back. Because you have Cunha. You have Cunha. Then double S. In the game for Liverpool and Brighton. Brighton hammered Liverpool 2 goals. 2 goals. Clean goals, not just crumbled goals, not just lucky goals. Clean goals. Do you think Liverpool is fading day in, day out? At this point, I feel like the players...
That goal ended 2-1.
The players are fighting the coach. That's what I think. I think they want the coach to get fired.
The Liverpool guys.
Yeah. I look at that game, and the only person who is playing the way they are supposed to play is Soboslai.
Did you watch the Champions League game for Liverpool against
I only
PSG?
watched the highlights.
Oh, did you see how terrible Liverpool? Did you see
The
any
first
attack
game,
for Liverpool?
No complaints, no blames. But the second goal,
Oh, they were so weird. Yes, exactly. The first goal was clinical. Very good. Spot
there was a
on.
deflection.
Even if you put two goalkeepers in that
Yes,
goal.
yeah.
So, but in the highlights that they usually podcast, they are usually like 5 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
There was no attack for Liverpool.
They had no attempt
There
on
was
target.
nothing.
They had 0 attempt on target.
Nothing. They indeed packed the bus, and so now
So,
that Brighton
do you
is
think that,
hammering them.
That is possible for Liverpool
I don't
if all
think
the
so.
players were putting in the energy that is required to play a game and win. Do you think that would happen?
Not true.
Going out of a match with 0 attempts, like at all, like at least, even that means you didn't reach to a point where the ball is close to the box and someone is like, let me take my chances. That means it never happened.
Exactly.
It means either PSG was always coming at you, or you were too bad to even cross the center and get into their
Exactly.
half.
Yeah.
So very disappointed in Liverpool. I think Slot needs to leave, to resign, accept.
And you think, okay, we will discuss that game later to come. There's another interesting game here. Everton hammered Chelsea 3 goals. Not 1 goal, not 2 goals, 3 goals.
3. I don't know what happened.
And
Everton
remember, yeah,
against Chelsea,
yeah.
I had 2 players from Chelsea.
Same,
All flops.
same, and including my captain.
Flops.
Yeah.
Flops.
So is it the same thing? Is the Chelsea team playing the same thing to make the coach be fired?
I don't know what Chelsea is doing, but Everton is good. But I don't think it's that good to hammer Chelsea. 3 goals.
Okay.
Someone who's contending to go to Champions League, and with someone who would be lucky even if they make it to conference.
Yeah.
They'll be lucky. And then you hammer them 3 goals to 0 in the running towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't make sense for me. But the other thing which doesn't make sense for me is, and I think I'm literally about to ask you to confirm the relegation zone. Nottingham Forest hammered Spurs 3 goals to 0.
For Spurs,
Do you think, can you confirm? Can you shift? Because at the beginning of this show, or at the beginning of the podcast, way back, when this one just began, you had 3 teams that were going to be relegated. And those teams, Wolves was there.
I had Wolves, I had West Ham, I think.
Yes. And some other team they have forgotten, either Burnley.
I think Burnley. I had Burnley stroke Nottingham Forest.
So
far Burnley is there.
Yeah.
And Wolves.
Yeah. But now, as it stands, Spurs is close there. You think there's something? Well, I know we're going to look at the EPL table in a few minutes to come. Do you think? Can you confirm them as a team which is going to be relegated?
As it stands, I can't confirm. But the people they are competing against, they are on a good form. That is Nottingham Forest and West Ham.
Because if I can take you through here at Double Race, we have Wolves coming in at the bottom. They have played 31 games. They have 17 points. Burnley coming at 19th, played 31 games, have 20 points. I'm certain that those 2 teams are on your list.
Yes.
And in Burnley, we have Steve, right?
Yeah.
And he has been giving us
Dubravka.
points. And Dubravka is also in Burnley.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay. Then we go to West Ham in the 18th position with 31 matches played and 29 points. 29 points. Spurs follows on. Okay? 31 games played, 30 points. The difference between West Ham and Spurs is 1 point. The goal difference, Spurs is better. It has received 10. They have a difference of 10. West Ham has a difference of 21. So Spurs is better in goal difference. Now, Nottingham Forest, which is above Spurs, is having 32 points, and then the other one has 33 points. That is Leeds and the Nottingham Forest. So me, I still think anything can change. I've not yet accepted that Spurs can comfortably be relegated.
With their form. Unless maybe something happens, the players don't want to go back and play in the championship. Because that would be very disappointing for a team that was in the top 5, top 6.
Yeah.
Wasn't it in the top 5?
No, don't put it in the top 6. Among the top 3, top 4. It's Champions material.
And
they
after
have the
seasons,
best stadium, yeah.
You are getting relegated. Very, very disappointing.
Yeah.
For a club like Spurs. And maybe they could pull their socks up and get serious. At least towards the end of the season to see that they don't get relegated.
Yeah.
And if they get serious, I think Nottingham Forest and West Ham, one of them might get relegated.
So you're still.
Or maybe is Leeds in that?
Yeah, Leeds is also in the
crowd?
same, because Leeds is at 33, 32 Nottingham Forest, Spurs 30.
So it means there are like 4 clubs
that are competing for 18th position.
Oh my God. So anything can happen.
Yes. Between Leeds, Crystal Palace, Leeds, I don't want to put Crystal Palace because Crystal Palace is at 39 points. Between Leeds, Nottingham Forest, Spurs and West Ham, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, anything can happen. But I suspect this game week can decide who is actually going to stay there. We're going to look at this game week 32, which is going to start today. We'll be looking at it in a few minutes from now. But before that, I want us to look at the World Cup qualifiers playoffs. They were concluded within the same period.
Yeah.
And you know very well that I don't know why, and I'm still complaining. There's a tournament called the Interconfederation that was played in Mexico, whereby leftovers for Africa and other continents play in that league. Only 6 teams.
Asia, America.
Exactly. The rest of the continent they consider useless. They play in that team. Then the UEFA playoffs, where the Europeans play, 16 teams, 5 of them go through. So in our Interconfederation, we managed to go through. Congo DR managed to go through. Wan Bissaka was extremely very happy, very excited. Congo. And then, of course, Iraq also went through. This is the part I don't understand. When does Iraq? Iran already has qualified. I don't understand. But those countries, this is something they don't telling us by that.
They even have stadiums.
When we are studying, we used to study Canadian police. I don't think we need to study those countries now. And there's one time I saw a post whereby the teacher of geography who was teaching us Canadian police was refused the visa to go to Canada. So, we need to know why it comes. So, Congo and Iraq went through. And then when we look at the UEFA playoffs, 16 teams were there. 5 went through, only to get disappointed by Italy, that Italy didn't go through. 2 conspiracies. Zidane's curse. Jirungu is not good enough. Because they were beaten by Bosnia.
And they have, really?
Hey, there's a team called Bosnia. I don't even know if it's a country, if it's a team. It hammered Italy cleanly. And then, what? You were telling me something about Balotelli?
Yeah, Balotelli said when he was still playing for Italy, since he was black, everyone said he had the curse. They were not winning anything or, going into any major trophies, any major tournaments because of him, because he's black. And then he laughed at them and said, how about now? So what reason are you giving now? What is happening now?
Have you gone through?
And I think he was waiting for them not to qualify.
Yeah.
Because the moment it was confirmed,
exactly,
they had lost the game.
And the same thing applies to Zidane. President also told them the same thing. They will never play in the major league until that instance. Because the man abused his sister. He abused his sister, and that's why he's done had to do what he had to do. And it wasn't a fair red card for him. That's when France managed to lose that World Cup. Remember. So now the curse is following them. You think it's a curse, or literally Italy, they are incompetent now. They cannot outcompete these other teams.
At the time being, Norway is better than Italy. I would go with Haaland than to go with Donnarumma. And by the way, they have top-class goalkeepers. Vicario, Donnarumma.
Yeah.
What's happening to Italy?
Exactly. But goalkeepers are not the only people in the pitch. You know that very well, right?
Yeah, it means the rest of the team is, garbage.
So if you think if you would play with Uganda, would play with Italy, would you become victor?
Yeah, of course. I'm confident in my boys. Alan Okello, Caprodosi.
But when we were in the pitch last time in the stadium, we were comfortable abusing Alan Okello.
Because he missed a penalty. How do you miss that?
Exactly. We didn't qualify because of him. You think we've forgotten that? In the dying minutes, you think we've forgotten that?
We haven't forgotten that.
Exactly. So what makes you think that Uganda and Italy, we could emerge victors?
He's doing very well in Tanzania, though.
Are you sure? Very well?
Yeah, just made 3 assists yesterday, I think.
So you think we could emerge victors?
Of course.
Do we have any friendly game anytime soon for Uganda?
No, at the time being, no. I think maybe...
And even during these friendlies, we didn't play against anyone?
No.
What happened? Why?
I saw some comments saying it was the Iranian war. It caused instability.
Yeah, indeed,
in a lot of countries.
Yeah.
So, but for us here, we were stable and peaceful.
They would have come here.
Yeah.
Our president has at least managed to make sure that Uganda we are a peaceful country.
Yes.
We have the strongest army apparently in Africa.
Yeah.
And apparently Mose was saying, our CDF, we have the strongest army that can hammer anything. Those are his words. We just quote from his Twitter handles.
Those powers can hammer us when it comes to ships, aerial attacks.
Yeah, but on the ground, you come. And even the Iranian told the Americans, you come. They have already tried to show them that the air defense, they are good. Now you come to show you on the ground.
I think he's going to fail to control Iran the way they failed to control North Korea.
Exactly. And hence, what like we said, that is a discussion for. So we want to jump into our fantasy league. After going through those results, we want to get into our fantasy league, and we see what is there. We see it has been a long weekend without football, without entertaining football. I've had so many issues here and there. People have been bored. People have been stressed. People have not been enjoying the weekends the way they are supposed to enjoy them. Now, in an event like Easter, we didn't have any interesting football there. Neither did we had anything. But for starters, I want us to first concentrate on our Namavundu League. Because as we speak, the momentum is heating up. Everyone is hyping up. I know in these weeks that we've not been having any football that is happening. People were asking us what happened to that group. You're no longer giving us updates. And since the last time I checked on this group, I'm seeing the unit is having a badge. Is that... And the rest of the other colleagues, none of us is having a badge. Is that a threat? Is that a sign that shows that you're going to be there by hook or crook?
Yes, I wanted to make my position official. So I went ahead and messed with the Adobe Express AI that Fantasy has.
Yeah.
It's like a tool, an AI tool. You give it a description of a badge you want, and it creates for you the image. And then I was able to post it to show that I am a swan with a football, with my name, the unit, to show you that this unit is not going anywhere.
Okay. And then I see, indeed, it has been a while. I see you at 1,771 points.
Yes.
Followed by Fifi the King with 1,688 points. followed by J Code with 1,656 points. Now, when you look there, we used to be up by 100 points. As it looks, you still have your 100 points gap.
Yeah.
And you're still stable. So when I look at the bottom, of course, at the bottom we have the Entebbe VIP, we have Camps FC, and then we also have Pioneers in the bottom three. So we have a few competition there in the bottom, in the middle there. We have NL Moments, Kailive FC, who has a green. But anytime soon, I see Pioneers is coming for him with a very small margin. And then the group would have settled. So, Double Race, do you expect any change in this table this game week?
For this game week, of course, as we all know it, the unit is not going anywhere.
That's 100% true.
Yeah. And then I think there might be a small change because if we look between, no, because unless JW messes up, but there is it is close with NL, very close. But for Fifi the King, all you can do is close the gap.
Yeah.
Because she's about 30 points ahead of JW.
Yeah.
And then the only change that could be there is if the undefeatable.
But there's also
some weird changes.
There's also Pioneers with Kailive FC. There's also that gap there.
No, Kailive FC managed to go up. Though the big change I think is going to happen when we start using the chips, beginning with the double game week, which is going to be the next game week.
Exactly.
Double game week 33.
Yeah.
And also, that also is going to test how people are going to manage that blank. Because if you use both your wild card and your free hit, my friend, game week 34, you're going to have one player or two in the whole team, which will be bad for you. And then for us who are planned,
we'll have the best of what we can have.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're not seeing any change in the league apart closing in?
No, as it stands, I think it might hold.
It might hold. All right. So moving on to our teams, that is our next item on the list, and I'll begin off with mine. I've learned my lesson: never to remove Pickford from the goal. Whether they are playing with what team, whether they're whatever, Pickford stays in the goal.
Yeah, he has a way of giving you points when you least expect.
Exactly, and it's as it stands, it's still in my goalkeeper, and it's going to remain there. And then, of course, I have Ezili Konsa, and then I have Steve, and then I have Mukairi, because Mukairi, they are playing with Tottenham.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone Tottenham, they have to lose, unless we'll be surprised this time. Then, of course, I have Semenyo. I know they are playing against Chelsea. That's a game which usually have very many goals in it. So I have Semenyo. I have the one and only Cole Palmer. And then I have, of course, Captain Fantastic. I have Gomez. And then I did wonders for me, gave me points previously. And then, of course, I have Rogers, but I'm still betting on Rogers. Okay? I'm not yet still so sure if Rogers can still be what? Be my person. So that's why I've not yet concluded on that.
Okay.
And then, so I'm either likely to bring in Thiago for Rogers, but I'm afraid that Brentford might not do anything to Everton. So that's why I'm still like that. And then, of course, on my striking, I have Joe Pedro. And I have my captain, and I've made him Captain Haaland, given the fact that he did the hat-trick in the FA quarterfinals. So I have a feeling that he could do the same thing. So on my bench, I still have Dubravka, I have Thiago, I have Coyote, and I have Rodon with an injury. I'm not doing any substitution because I need to have as very many substitutes as possible, such that any blank game week or any time that I want to use my chips, I can be readily handy. So far that is how my team is, and I believe it is a team that is willing to compete against the unit.
Okay, hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. You never know, I could have to wait my triple captain.
You haven't heard what the unit has in stock for you.
The problem is that you have a tendency of copying our
of
team.
course, it's called defensive. I can't be number one in the world, but I can be number one in my phone league.
I want to wish you maintaining it. How many points on something easy?
So I get to play defensive. 7 game weeks to go. So if you make any blunder now, my friend,
you're out.
2 game weeks and they have caught up to you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So in goal, I'm also bringing back Pickford. For the first thing that has made me happy with my team is I have no red or yellow on any of my players.
Yeah,
it's so clear.
It's very interesting given the fact that we had international breaks and etc.
Yeah, which makes me happy because Gabriel had a yellow, but now he's also clear. Nothing on him. So in defense, I'm having Gabriel, Cash. Cash is a worry because sometimes he's benched. And also Kadioglu because they are going against Burnley.
You still have Kadioglu.
Yeah. And also they have a double game week. That's why I kept him. So my midfield, I have Semenyo, Paoma, Captain Fantastic as my captain, Casemiro and Gomez. This is a player that I copied from JW.
Yeah, but you'll be surprised he's going to blank this time.
Of course, this is what we call defensive with blanks.
After giving me my points.
Okay, and my forward I have Haaland and Broby against Tottenham. And my defense I have Dubravka, João Pedro, Anderson and Mukide.
4 defenders.
There are 2 defenders on my defense, and João Pedro is on the bench as well. Because they're going against Man City.
But you know very well that those are goal. Man City and Chelsea, they are goals. The previous one ended with 4-4, 5-4, something like that. Yeah,
but then I would have to bench Broby.
It is okay.
I think that's
it is okay.
Against
bench job. In fact, you should even bench Captain Haaland.
No. He scored another trick.
Okay, so anyway, is any advice from your team? Any pickups?
Yeah, for now I would suggest if you know you don't have a lot of chips, that's if you don't have the wild card and the free hit, please don't use them now. Save them for that blank. Okay, it's going to be huge. And also, if you have enough free transfers, please focus on the players that have double game weeks in game week 33.
Right. So then, if we look at the match prediction, of course, this game week is the fantasy guys. The game week is starting today.
Yep.
So if you not change your team, rush to change your team.
About 6.5 hours to the deadline.
Exactly. Then, of course, we have a match game today, which is against West Ham and Wolves. Davores, your take on that. It's coming in at 22 sharp. West Ham. Then, of course, tomorrow, Saturday, we're having an early kickoff. That is Arsenal and Bournemouth, starting in at 14:30 East African time.
Arsenal.
You sure about that? Okay. Then I'll go with Arsenal still. And then Brentford and Everton, the game is coming in at 17. Everton. Yeah. And clean sheet. Then, of course, Burnley and Brighton. All draw, clean sheet. Then Liverpool and Fulham.
This could go either way, but I'm going to go with Fulham.
Exactly, I'm also going with Fulham. Then, of course, Sunday, that's 12 April. We have Crystal Palace and Newcastle. The game is beginning at 16 sharp.
Newcastle.
And then we have Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa. Then Sunderland and Spurs.
Sunderland, yeah.
And then, of course, the last game of the Sunday will be against Chelsea and Man City, coming in at 18:30.
Man City. Though Chelsea needs the win more than Man City.
Yeah. So you think Manchester no longer chase us for the title?
It's a 9-point gap. The same thing with us. A 9-point gap.
So they have no interest in the game.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will go with Man City hammering Chelsea cleanly. And then, of course, the last game is on Monday, 13th April. That will be Man United, the Champions League contenders.
Yeah, there is one problem I have with that game. You know, Man United has taken 24 days without a single game. 24 days.
24 days.
Almost a month. Why would you put us on Monday? Like, why?
Yeah, that's a part. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. They should have played today.
24 days.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. maybe Leeds. How about Leeds?
But none of them
Leeds
is
played
playing
in FA. Played in FA.
Yeah, but they're not playing in the European League.
Yeah.
So, you see? That's funny. West Ham played against Leeds, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you get someone who played in the previous weekend, put them on an early
even if I
Friday,
played in Champions League?
Yeah. And then you get someone who has spent 24 days without playing and put them on the Monday. Who makes these fixtures?
Maybe they don't want you guys. Why didn't you refuse it when the third issue was issued out?
I don't know if, the teams can revoke the fixtures.
Maybe some of them can, maybe some of them can't. But double S, double game week is coming near.
Yeah.
Any advice for the fantasies out there?
Before you choose players for the double game week, please keep in mind that you're going to keep these players after that blank, unless you have a wild card. But these are the players that you're going to get stuck with. So once you choose a player from a team that is going to have very bad fixtures in the last games of the season, it might backfire for you.
It might backfire for you. And if you're now for the colleagues in the Damavon League,
for the colleagues in the Damavon League, I don't know. Most of them are, what can I say, they are biased by the teams they support. For someone supporting Arsenal, they would have like 3 players.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Which is wrong, since they don't have any in the double game week.
Yeah.
And by the way, focus on the Man City players. They are going to have another double game week. You remember they missed the game against Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
So they have a second double game week. So put most of your focus on the Man City players, if possible. Usually, I don't advise this, but have 3 players of Man City.
Of Man City, but you know very well they can brand that. They branded for when you did that last time.
Of course,
so
it's a risk.
Exactly. I have a faith that's not a good advice. And colleagues, there, when you listen to him, and Enel, who is not in the studio today, take their advice cautiously. So any players any topic players before we go into our conclusion?
Yeah. Haaland, Semenyo,
Gomez,
O'Reilly. Go for Gomez.
O'Reilly. Actually, you've said about O'Reilly. Honestly, I want to bring O'Reilly. I need to bring O'Reilly. He's on form.
Yes.
He's on form, but I don't know why to me he's still weak. But he's on form. He's a defender, right? Or is a mid?
He's a defender.
He's a defender, but he has been...
That will be a triple up on the Man City squad.
And I think after it will be O'Reilly,
Go for Brighton, go defender. I have Kadioglu, but I would advise you to go for Van Heek because he gets defensive contribution better than Kadioglu. Midfield, either go for Gomez or Pascal Gross.
Gomez
if you're
or
loan cash. By the way, they are very cheap.
Yeah.
Both less than 5M. For a forward, if you're looking for a Brighton forward, you can, put your bet on Welbeck. It's not bad. And also Leeds has also a double game week. So you could go for Calvert-Lewin and Rodon in your defense. So believe that that's picks.
Anyway, so
also please double up on the Chelsea.
Do they have a double game week also?
Yeah. Remember they hammered.
So
yeah.
So
they have a double game week. So you can go for Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer.
So basically, my team is not looking bad when you say like that.
Yeah, as it stands, I think I already have like around 7 or 8.
Exactly.
We're having double game
weeks.
And
then for me, the plan for bench boost.
That's my goal as well.
Yeah, that's the plan for a bench boost. Yes. So, Double S, your conclusion remarks. We are nearly coming to the top of the second hour in this podcast. Yes, I know it has been quite long, but we really needed to clear up a few things.
Yeah, with our closing remarks,
we had the people.
With
the grass hatch houses declaring a permit.
Based off what we've discussed today,
cleaning off the streets.
Remember the goal for you being alive.
Yeah.
The goal for life is being happy.
Yeah.
And one of the ways you're going to be happy in this country, one, be humble.
Are you
be
sure?
humble. Yeah. Just because you've gotten something new or something big or something cool
doesn't make you a king.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you should go stepping on everyone's head just because you received that thing. So if you have something cool, it's okay to brag about it.
Yeah.
But don't traumatize other people.
Yeah.
That, for me I have this, for you don't.
Yeah.
And number 2, please stay humble. What I mean is, if you hear a bill that is going to affect you being passed by our government, please know your place. To avoid any further damage or consequences, please know your place, stay humble.
Or maybe chances are that they could wait when they stand in, then they also in this position, then they would talk about that.
Yes.
Bill.
And the second option is, you could go where that bill doesn't affect you. Go in the village, create a small farm, and start, what do they call those homes that are self-sustained themselves? You grow your food, you dug your well of water.
I don't know if they are homes, they tag a name to them.
Yeah, it's something like... Okay, yeah, you can start something like that so that you don't pay taxes. You grow your own food.
Yeah.
And you eat it by yourself. You consume it by yourself, you don't sell it. And you have your own home. But by the way, remember, for you to build this home, you need a permit.
Exactly, and that's, but you said you've told them to stay humble.
And that's what I'm saying. Because any opposition might lead you to spending more money to get out of jail, or maybe medical fees. So please stay humble, and remember, they have not banned you from going on the roadside and dancing. They said cleaning up buildings, not people. You are free to go up there on the main street, go with your small boombox, small speaker, play your music, and dance to the Lord.
Exactly. There's a song for that. Yeah. So anyway, today, given the fact that indeed they are taking quite 3 weeks before the podcast, it was worth a while. I mean, we also needed to take a break.
Yes.
I mean, it's 27 pods, not too much, but it's kind of like a marathon on our side, given that we're just beginning this thing. So today's episode, pod 27, we had, of course, we had a few in our opening remarks. We have the permit, occupational permit. We had one guy claiming to be the king for Uganda. And of course, we looked at Kenzo versus the Legends. They are all up there in the segment if you can go back through it. In our segment, we were looking at the local content. We were looking at Mutyaba being banned. We're looking at our slim chances of hosting AFCON, that is 2027. And we're looking at the age versus the Uganda football, whereby you see someone who is 15, but it's like a 40 or 50 years, but playing in school. And of course, today we have a match against Senegal under the school championship, which is happening in Zambia. Keep a watch or take a look at it. We looked at the international break, and we looked at a few games here and there. Of course, looked at the Africanist that Senegal showcased by refusing to play with Argentina and then sticking to our fellow African team, that is Gambia. Kudos to Senegal for showcasing Africanity and for showcasing the true definition of integrity. Of course, we looked into the FA Cup finals. So our quarterfinals, where we saw Arsenal miserably losing to Southampton. And of course, the next round will be Man City against Southampton and Chelsea against Leeds. We did a few discussions on them. Of course, we can go also at our predictions, so you can look at them above the show in case you did escape to the podcast. And then, of course, we look into the EPL team. We discussed the game week results that happened a few weeks back. Also, we looked into the foreign hero, that is the Egyptian king, one and only Mo Salah, and the statement he made on a Twitter handle after PSG hammering them 2 clean goals to 0 after them packing a bus. Of course, we looked at the playoff World Cup. We looked at the Intercontinental Cup playoffs, and then the UEFA Cup, where we're not comfortable that Congo and Iraq went through, and of course, Italy failed to qualify as a result of Zidane's curse. Then, of course, we looked into our league, where we comfortably stated how we may not find any change into the league, but at least teams could keep closing up on each other. We've gone through the predictions, and we've also given a hint on the upcoming double game week. So far, this is how our episode 27 has been. And that, given the fact that the breaks are nearly done, we are going to be back on the back-to-back game weeks, back-to-back podcast. So as WS had said earlier, the goal of all of this is to be happy. Like we said in the beginning, this is a sports show.
Yeah.
However, we are Ugandans. If we see anything not right, or if we see anything that is right, that has been done, and we lose nothing in talking about it.
Yeah.
As we're in school, they said, we are the leaders of what?
Tomorrow.
So you never know. Tomorrow might be now, or tomorrow might be later. So we don't want to say, we didn't say, because we didn't react, we are normal. No, this is usually normal life. And normal life things need to be discussed for you. Even this could be a podcast that is fueling someone out there to do what they are doing and, to concentrate on what they can do best. We always usually say, if the neighbor has flowers in his compound and you feel like a flower is the one which is going to make you happy, go ask the neighbor, pick one flower, take it. You even have a chance to greet the neighbor. If Kampala has very many open areas now, that they have gazetted for people to go and sit there, and then you feel like sitting in that place, watching the fountains which don't work, would make you happy, please do that. If you think you're these guys who want to be chased on the streets, vending on the streets, and you want to do a cat and mouse chase with the KCC guys, and that's what makes you get so excited, do that. The goal or the result is for you to be happy. And as usual, we are Great Minds. We'll be back again on this pod. That is next week, before the game week begins. So it could be either Friday or a Saturday. Or probably we could also be happy and we do a podcast on Tuesday or in the time for Man U and some other team when they are playing.
Yeah.
So as usual, we sign out. This is Great Minds, Pod 27. Enjoy the rest of the week. Have a very fruitful and blessed weekend. We sign out.
Peace out.